All right, welcome back to another monthly update.
Welcome indeed.
It is December 15th, and the last update was on November 17th, which was about 28 days ago, and a lot has happened.
Yeah, a lot has changed since the last update.
I think we are on day 40-something or 50? Something.
51.
Back onto the med spa world. And so really, this focus has been sales and service delivery. So shout out to our web developer designer. He's working on 5 website builds right now simultaneously, which is nuts. I don't want to say who our clients are here. And then we've really been trying to focus on kind of launching some new ads. So that's kind of like what's going on in the service part end, but what are we on sales?
Yeah, well, real fast before we move on with that, I want to give you your round of applause because you have been managing a lot and that's a lot to deal with. So thank you.
Thank you.
In terms of sales, it's been interesting. So we have gone back to cold calling, and that has been quite the endeavor. We have 2 new cold callers, and then we've also, basically been crushing multiple hours of cold calling. In total, we've made 3,600 calls since November 17th, which is nuts. And we were able to close only 4 new clients from that, which is crazy. And it's a little bit of a bummer because we lost 3 of those clients. So it feels like there's no progression, but you know what? It's, I think, just part of the learning curve again and getting back into it. So
shout out to you and your team. Tell them more about like what you do every day and what you do with and what the team does every day and what you do with the team every day. But before that, shout out to Kayla, who like 1 week called 2 or 3 hours every single day, which is crazy. She was calling like 100+ calls per day. So
yeah, so thank you, by the way. To get into that, basically, if you don't know what cold calling is, it's calling people like businesses out of the blue to be like, hey, this is our business, this is our service, do you need it? What I do from there is then basically have this list. I look through the list. I call those people that I think are worthy of calling. And then to get that list, the cold callers, the team, basically filter through a bunch of like blank leads. We've never called these people, or it's just gone to voicemail, and they tell me, you need to call this person, you need to call that person. So we get on the phone and we try to convince whoever's on the other side to hop on a meeting with us. So
yeah, but it's pretty cool because Kayla calls in the morning and in the afternoon, and then in the morning we have a daily sales huddle where you talk about...
Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about the script that we use. We talk about the dialer that we use. We talk about what's called objection handling. So, what can we say in regards to when they go, oh, I don't need this, or we already have this, or whatever, so that hopefully we can get them on the call. So, yeah.
Along the sales pipeline, and we're also getting into ads. Shout out to Chris and Paulo for that. Cold calling is outbound, probably not sustainable. So we're beginning our journey on ads because we run ads for our clients. So we should run ads for ourselves. And there's another one another type of acquisition we're running in the pipeline, but stay tuned for that to see if that actually works. All right, operations wise, there's been a lot of hiring. We're trying to get ready for the new year and thinking about, hiring before you actually need it. So we're preparing for that. We got 5 new team members. So there's like 3 cold callers, a web developer, and 2 web developers, but we lost 1 cold caller, 1 developer. Oh, and actually we lost 2 cold callers and 1 developer. So again, net positive, but like kind of a lot of fluctuation going on.
Yeah.
We're still trying to find another SEO person. So that job description's out. And this is kind of new. We're getting more and more split in our task.
Yeah.
Again, inspired by Chris and Paulo. So Kayla and I used to do everything together, but now we're slowly bifurcating our responsibilities and just updating each other during our breaks during the day.
Yeah, how does that feel to split? What are your feelings about this?
I think it's more efficient. I think it's in a timely time. Before we couldn't do that because I think we need to both be intimate with what the business is about. And I also think that it really frees up our minds to focus on those tasks.
Yeah.
How about you?
I agree with you. I think there's some stuff that I am very glad that we did everything together when we first started because I think we needed to, like you said, but I think we have become a lot faster and be able to cover a lot more ground. I do miss hanging out with you though more.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so that's been kind of crazy. In terms of growth too, there's been a few new things. So again, Chris and Paulo, thank you guys. Told us about the magical tool of Go High Level. It's basically this all-in-one platform that can do basically everything you'd need for a marketing agency. So Francis and Gregory have been really crushing this with setting up like call recordings and the dialer automations so we don't have to do everything so manually, and then connecting that to the Facebook lead center. So when we do run ads, they get automated follow-up. So you guys have been crushing it on that, and hopefully by the end of next year, it'll just be like this amazing, well-oiled machine. And then one other thing, we've kind of been taking a break from YouTube. I think as we are starting to build up this whole med spa marketing thing again, we really have shifted our focus onto that and kind of stepped back from doing, our channel, Gregory, Kayla, and then of course the business's channel. But maybe in the new year we'll revisit that. So yeah.
And since the new year's coming up, I like to be prepared for taxes. So we got a new bookkeeper, actually. She's pretty awesome. She's awesome. And learning from last year, I want to make sure our taxes are all in place for January. So we're cleaning up our books. We're meeting with our accountant at the end of the year, and then also in January so that we can file at that point in time. So this is kind of exciting because I think this is the first year that it's solely income from your sole income is from the business. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yep.
All right. Learning from the month, always learning. I'll take the first 2 weeks. So the first week after our last update, we were watching Giannis's GrowWise YouTube videos.
Yes.
Want to see what he was producing. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's revamp our experience in med spa marketing because we want to see what's out there in terms of how marketers are marketing for med spas. So we did that. We started that. And then since we're running ads for ourselves, we wanted to get reacquainted with meta ads. So we were watching a bunch of YouTube videos on meta analytics, although I haven't really found anything that I think is really good. So if you guys have a recommendation on courses, let us know. We try to refresh ourselves on ChatGPT every other month or so because then the prompting game gets stronger and stronger. So I think that's very valuable in our industry. And then we started learning about how to A/B test on Meta.
Yeah. Moving into the last 2 weeks, these things have kind of stay the same. We did another week of meta analytics because I think both of us were still trying to find a good resource. Something that you found via, I don't even know how you found it, but there's this thing called inverted thinking.
Yeah. Hormozy and
so we were learning about that, and then we recently.
Wait, what's inverted thinking?
Inverted thinking is thinking like it's the opposite, basically. So instead of like, how do I make $1 million? It's like, how do I lose $1 million? And that can help you find, more creative solutions.
Nice.
And then we are on this course that is teaching us how to better strengthen our offer. That's been really interesting too. It's given us a lot of good ideas. So we've started doing that. And then as we're going through this, we're building websites, and there's a lot of moving parts with websites, a lot of like things you need so that you don't get sued. So we did a whole week on website stuff and just disappeared. So I don't know where it went.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you. So we did SEO, website building, med spa services, med spa machines, privacy policies, and terms and conditions, which is a lot, but basically just to do an all around refresh for us, which I thought was good. All right, on to reading. So I have been reading Sam Walton's book. If you don't know who Sam Walton is, you definitely know his business if you live in the US. It's Walmart, and it's basically, I think it's an autobiography about how he built that business, and it's extremely fascinating. So I've been enjoying reading that.
All right, and I finished, what is this? Wealth Without Cash. It's Pace Morby's book. Pace Morby is like well known for creative financing. Basically, when you buy houses, you don't have to necessarily go to a bank to get a loan. You can use other people's money. So that was really cool to read. And I find like a lot of these books that are real estate or any other entrepreneur focused, it's really about how to be a good entrepreneur too, not just the specific niche of like real estate or whatever it may be. Similar to the one I'm reading now. Shout out Thomas for recommending 80-20 sales and marketing. Really fascinating principle. Basically, you can use 80-20 in a lot of aspects of your life or business. One popular one is, like 80% of your income will come from 20% of your clients, or like your top performers of your team is coming from your 20% of your team, blah, 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 blah. So I'm in the middle of that right now.
All right, now to go into our personal lives, because yes, we kind of have a life outside of the business. Obviously, Thanksgiving has come and gone. We ate way too much, and I feel like I'm still full from that, but like It was good.
Also, in our personal lives, we visited my cousin in Sacramento. That was a really cool trip because I haven't seen or hung out with her in a while. And it was really chill. Like, we don't really go out anymore, but it was cool to kind of see her neighborhood in the more affluent area of Sacramento, which inspired us. I remember earlier in the year or last year, we used to do things like go to Porsche and drive a car, or like go to Rolex. So I think the next ventures, maybe next year, we'll start going to like really affluent neighborhoods in America.
Yes.
So that was cool. We hung out there.
Yeah, that was fun. And then, okay, so this is kind of a weird month because holidays are coming, Christmas and the New Year. So upcoming next month, I think the big thing is really sales as always. New year, new me. Like, we want to try out a lot of different new angles for our ads, systems for our team, systems for our service delivery. So there's been a lot of preparation there. And then, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, really just, we've been building up the pipeline this past month and also the team in terms of calling and scripts so that in January, just go hard.
Yeah.
Bunch of calls all day, every day, bunch of ads, dump the ad spend.
Yeah.
All in preparation. We're trying to reach a certain goal. And if we meet that, we're going to reward ourselves with a trip, hopefully, in the spring. Please. Hopefully. Anyway, that's what we have.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned. The next video will be a wrap up of 2024.
Yep.
We'll probably do that in 2 parts as we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year after that, we will, after that, we'll do a 2025 goals.
Yes. So, Kayla and Gregory from the future, if you're watching this, I hope 2025 goes well, and I hope we make our goals happen. So we'll see.
All right.
All right.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and hit that bell notification.
Peace.